Hello and welcome to this episode of the AI Show. Middle of September. How crazy is that? Excited to be here. Let me do another PromptFlow episode. Where's everybody coming from? Incidentally, just put it in the chat there, and we'll get started today. We got an hour. Oh, I forgot. I was supposed to look up something. Function. Let's see. Sure. Someone asked me a really good question the other day. Function call. And I wanted to make sure we looked into it today. So welcome. It's another fabulous episode of the AI Show. We're going to talk about function passing a little bit. I think it's function calling with Azure OpenAI and see how we can do it if it works in using Azure AI's PromptFlow. Alrighty, look at this. We've got some people already here showing up. Let's see. From Bangalore. Welcome, my friend. Glad to have you here. Argentina. I just wanted to say it, with extra chutzpah. Javier from Spain. I used to live in Spain for 2 years. I lived in a place called Malaga and a place called Sevilla. It was delightful. Who else we got here? Tulsa. Hey, Sean. Oh, man, I still owe you a response. Just remembered. And then from London, one of my most favoritist towns in the whole world. My wife, every once in a while, is like, when are we going back to London, Seth? She doesn't talk like that. I was trying to add a little, Bay Area, California, welcome. California, the land of my birth. I was born in San Diego, California. Beautiful, beautiful place. Istanbul, a place I've always wanted to go to, incidentally. So, welcome. Saudi Arabia. So, funny story. When I lived in Spain, there was a guy, because the Arabic language to me is fascinating, incidentally, and so I want to learn it. So a good friend from Senegal, his name is Tuku. He would take me to his place, and they would teach me how to read Arabic, because I love languages. And they were like, you need to learn out of this book, and it was the Quran. And I would learn and pronunciate the things, and they would laugh and laugh and laugh because my Arabic is not so good. But I handed it to them. They were very nice in helping me learn a little bit. All right, welcome. Let's see what we're talking about today. Here, let's put this. Is my screen not showing up? Here we go. Screen. Hello. Let's try the screen. Unless I'm. Oh, here we go. There we go. I messed it up. Okay. So today we are going to continue looking at PromptFlow. Hold on. There we go. We're going to continue to look at PromptFlow local mode. There's a VS Code extension, VS Code extension. So we'll work with that a little bit. Number 2, function calling. We'll learn about that together. I haven't done it yet. So to be quite honest with you, there's some parts of the show that I'm like already know what I'm going to do. There's other parts where I like learn it with you because someone is like, hey, can you do this? Sure. I mean, if you got to figure it out, why shouldn't I have to figure it out? Function calling. And then maybe we're going to start to look at eval in PromptFlow local. So we can see what's there. Now, the thing about PromptFlow local is that it's a VS Code extension. And you can totally use it right now. I have my qualms about certain parts of OpenAI, Azure OpenAI, and on how people are using it. But that's just me. Oh wow, I still have a little bit of that echo. So just for those, if you want to follow along, the VS Code extension here, let me cover up my face. The VS Code extension is right here. You can get it right now. aka.ms PromptFlow VSC. In fact, let's see where it is. Let me move this over here. aka.ms PromptFlow VSC. Oh man, this is just embarrassing. I mean, what is this? Yeah, I mean, come on. It's like, I mean, I'm just like, it's a PromptFlow VSC. Okay, we are at 1,160 installs. Okay, we want to get this by the end of the month to 5,000. 5,000. This is just a personal. Here, I'm gonna capital K. I want to get this to 5,000 by the end of the month if possible. We're in September 18th. It doesn't cost any money to download this thing, and you can start playing with it today, and you don't have to do OpenAI calls to figure out how this thing works. And I just want to let you know, like, everyone should go download it. Talk to your mom. Obviously, she's gonna want to download this too. Your dad, your cousin, um, not your crazy uncle though. Not him. Okay, maybe tell him. But go, let's get it to 5,000. So the thing is, when we started, I want to say we were at like 500, and so we've gotten it up pretty good. So let's see what we can do. And you can totally download this. You can use it. So everything I'm showing you is actually stuff you can do now. This is what we were working on last time. So just a little reminder here. I'm going to turn some music on very quietly though, because someone from accessibility was telling me, not like Microsoft, but someone was like, "Hey, it's a little easier to understand if the music isn't so loud." So let me put this on, but really low, really low. There we go. Okay. So let me remove this and let me put my face back down here so we can get the full screen. Control plus to make it a little bigger. And as I go along, I want you to ask questions, because as I'm looking right here, like, this is my screen right here. My camera's right, the screen's right here. Over here are your questions, and I'm just getting them. And if anyone is like, "Hey, this is getting a little boring," I have back here. If it's dad joke time, let me know. I will read one. Serious. I'll start right now. What's the world's saddest kind of pizza? Pepper lonely. Hold on. Let me do this again. I don't think you heard it. What's the world's saddest kind of pizza? Pepper lonely. So this is the kind of show we're having today, everybody. All right. So let's get started. First of all, if you want to install it, if you want to follow along, just go PromptFlow. PromptFlow. The extension's in there. I have it installed. Did I spell it wrong? Did I spell it wrong? Where are you, PromptFlow? Oh, what is going on here? Python for VS Code install. What's going on? Oh, no longer being maintained. So let's remove it. We don't want this. Okay. PromptFlow is an extension. You can see it right. A B C D F G H I J K L M N O. PromptFlow for VS Code. It's right here. It's installed. I was like, wow, 69 million. I was like, I think I was hovered. I was like, wait, is that right? Did we go from 1,000 to 69 million? We did not. Okay. So here is the extension. Go in there and do your thing. Look, we already got a couple downloads. That's great. When you install the extension, you get this thing. The first thing you're gonna notice when you run it is it's gonna say, "Hey, you need to do some stuff," and that's because you need to have certain things installed in the Python environment. And then when we go to the flow.dag here, let me put this down. When you get this, you're going to open this flow.dag. You're going to see, like, this is just represents the prompt flow. This is what it is behind the scenes. And then when you go to the visual editor, you'll see this thing. The other thing that's important is when you go to Azure AI's online version of PromptFlow, you're going to start to see, this is new as of Friday. You're going to see this thing too. So all of these files that you're seeing, you know how I made this thing? The files are also here. So you're going to start to see these actually, the files in the online version of Prompt. I think I might have shown you this, but there you go. And so this is important now. This is what prompt flows are. It's basically functions that you call along with Jinja. And if you don't know what Jinja 2 is, Jinja 2 Django. If you've ever used Python like for building web stuff, uh, Jinja is used in Django to build stuff. So you can see like all of this stuff that you're seeing here is it's like all using patterns and practices. Okay, so let's get into this situation, and then just a primer, a reminder of what these things are, because I think there's a lot of confusion about what these things are and how they're built. So I'm gonna put this down here, and I'm gonna remind you that these applications, particularly these LLM style applications, basically you have this thing called a prompt, and then you send that thing to the LLM, and then out comes the response. So the task is to assemble the best prompt that yields the best response. So that's what we're doing here. There's a lot of other frameworks out there for orchestration. I tend to not like the things that hide stuff, like for example, the agent model in let's look this up. Lang chain. The thing about the agent model in Lang chain, here, let's do the Python. Agent. Okay. So there is the reason why I don't like agents is because they call things on your behalf. So for example, let's take a look at this. And the other thing is this buffer memory stuff. I don't like hiding everything. And you can see that there is like a React methodology, which is not like React, like React, like React, like JavaScript. But notice that this pattern is great, right? Notice that it's calling the LLM on your behalf, and I feel like anytime you call an LLM, you should always test it. You always need to evaluate it. Now I'm not dissing on LangChain. I think it's great. If people use it, that's great. I would prefer that things like agent models would have tests. Okay, so let's go back to our deal here. We built this thing. It's a customer thingy, and so when you run it, you can see. Oh, wow, this is so big. I'll move this over. Okay. So the input comes in for prompt flows, and the idea is that this is the input. The chat history comes here. Tell me about your hiking jackets. Customer ID number 7. And so we look up the customer. The customer lookup is this function right here. You can see the customer lookup is basically, I don't need, what is this? Um, the customer lookup is basically just looking up the customer for Cosmos GB and then doing a little culling on the orders because it might be like they might have ordered a lot of stuff. And so I don't want to stuff that all into the prompt. So that's what this is doing here. This is grabbing the customers. This here is doing a question embedding. It's over a little bit. What it's doing is it's taking the question that's coming from the input up here, and it's using an ADA2 embedding. So it's projecting it into a vector. If you're wondering what that looks like, you can see here. Here, let me make this big. This ADA embedding, you can see the input is the tell me about your hiking jackets. The output is this vector. That's why I like PromptFlow, right? Because it's like you can see everything that's happening. Yes. So okay. Uh, Looking at questions here. Okay, so that's why I like this, right? Because you can see everything that's happening. Once you get the question, the idea now is we want to retrieve the documents, and the document retrieval is using Azure Cognitive Search. Wow, that's really big. Boop. There you go. That's better. And you can see here that we're doing a vector search. I could probably add like a keyword and semantic search to do a little better, and so I should probably look that up how to do that. And so you can see here that that's this right here. It's returning some documents and then it's putting them into a array. And so when I go here, you can see this is the output. Here's the input, which is the embedding. Here's the output, which are the docs. You're like, well, those docs are teeny. Well, no, they're not. But you can see that it returned two docs: the rain guard hiking jacket and trailblaze hiking pants. Not exactly what we wanted, but we'll let the LLM sort that out, right? So once you get these things, right, we inject these things into a prompt. And so when you're looking at the prompt, it's just this Jinja file, and you can see that it's this thing right here. Getting all the orders and doing some instructions. So when I go here, you can actually see, like, same as before. This is the template. Here's the inputs, right? Which is the template. This is the customer. Um, this is the doc, and then this is the output. This is what we're gonna send to the LLM. Your name, you see that? And this is actually quite cool because you can see everything that's happening. Generally, I don't know. I like being able to see what's going on with this stuff, because otherwise it just becomes confusing. Like what is even going on? So let's go back here to the DAG, and then let's go to the LLM response. The LLM response is calling the LLM. You can see right here, it's calling GPT-3.5 Turbo. This is the Jinja file. Let me move this down. You can see that there is one more prompt. So this is the mechanical prompt that I made the step before. And then this is the question that the user has. And then I added this at the end. Excuse me. I found that if I do this at the end, it really, really wants to pay attention to it. And I mean, that's just under my experiments. Did I check this code in so all of y'all can look at it? Okay. And then finally, so this is the LLM call. You can actually see the call right here. Here's the input, the whole prompt text. Here's oh, because it's streaming, it's returning a generator. It's returning a generator, not the actual thing. So I don't know. But there is a flaw in this design that we're going to have to fix, and you'll see in a little bit. So let's run it. Run it in standard mode. And so now in theory, it should run every one of the question embedding, customer lookup, blah, 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 LLM. There you go. So then the answer is, let's see what the answer is in this case. Wow, it's a generator. Hold on, where is it? I guess you just have to see it in the terminal. Hi, Jason Brown. Thank you for your interest in our hiking jackets. We have the Rain Guard hiking jacket available to you, which is perfect for outdoor adventures. These are memojis. This jacket is waterproof, adjustable, features ensure comfortable fit. It also includes multiple pockets, blah, blah, blah. Let me know if you have any further questions. Because it's set to be because it's set to be like stream the output, you're going to see the generator, right? And that's why you're not seeing the output. All right, so does this make sense? This is how you hook these things up. And you're probably wondering, well, how do I link these things together? Well, what you do is you add the tools. Like I hit this plus button right here, and there's Python tools, there's prompt tools, there's LLM tools, there's embedding tools, there's SERP API tools. You can actually even make your own tools. Here's a tool I made. Um, you can see to call Oracle, for example. So this is an example. Notice I'm there. You go. You can make your own tools. This is maybe we should do a show on that too, so people can drag these on. So this is a tool that I made that people can drag on. So when I go like this, you're going to see that there is this new tool, right? You can make whatever tools you want because incidentally, the reason why I'm showing you this is because Microsoft. There was there's like some news here. News. There you go. We had some news the other day. Look at that. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Adobe. I didn't see you there. And you can see that the cool thing about this, where is this? I read this the other day. Hardware acceleration, blah, blah, blah. There was something about AI, but I'm not. Oh, of course. Of course. No, go up. Okay. Let's see. AI. There you go. Oh, no. Look at this. This is just embarrassing. There you go. Well, they said it was awesome for AI. And so that's why I make some samples to show that stuff together. All right. So you can make even your own tools if you want. Maybe we'll have a show on that later. But you can see here, this is the entire thing. And now I think you can deploy this here, this thing. You can build and then deploy however you like. So build as a Docker. I've never pushed these buttons. I wonder what would happen if we built these. So you can build these local, and we've tried to keep the PromptFlow local as agnostic as possible. We would hope you would choose to use Azure for that, but I mean, you can kind of put this stuff anywhere. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? All right. So there you go. All right. So now what we're gonna do is I wanted to talk about function calling because as you look at this LLM thing, let's do this. New folder, chat example. I'm going to take all of this. Let me close all the things. I'm going to take all of this, except this. I'm going to move it in here. Do you see that? What is this chat Jinja 2? This is garbage. You don't need that. So then when we go here, you should be able to see everything. There you go. Everything's happy again. I just moved it to a different folder. And that's, for example, if you have a complex application that has multiple, here, I'll run it because it's like, I've never run this before. If you have a complex application, you may have multiple prompt flows doing multiple things that call each other. And that's perfectly all right because, yeah, see, now it's happy. So let's go here and let's do a function calling. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into function calling and do a new flow in this directory. Is this a chat thing? I'm just going to do an empty flow. We can just build it from scratch. Empty flow. There you go. Now let's take a look at this function calling business because I want to make sure. Here we go. All right, so let's learn this together here. The latest versions of GPT-3.5 Turbo and 4 have been fine-tuned to work with functions and able to both determine when and how a function should be called. If one or more functions are included in a request, the model will determine if any of the functions should be called based on the context of the prompt. When the model determines that a function should be called, it will then respond with adjacent object, including arguments. See, I like this because this is making the model reason about a function call, but it's not executing it. I like that. This provides a native way for these models to formulate API calls and structure data outputs. At a high level, you can break down to 3 steps. Call the chat completions API with your functions and user input. Use the model's response to call your API function. Call the chat completions API again. Cool. Okay. Okay, 2023-0701. Is that the one I'm using? Let's go to PromptFlow here. Let's look at our connections. Yeah, so we're using this one. By the way, PromptFlow manages connections here for you. These are stored in your user profile under lock and key, so no one can actually use them except for you. So that's what that is. Okay, so let's keep going back. Let's keep reading this stuff. Those using function calling with chat completions API. Oh, here's a good question. Here's a good question. It's covering my face up. Any chance or plans to add some of the unit testing for each of these steps? Each unit test that a given input should be translated into the expected final prompt. Yes. Yes. In fact, Hector, you should be always doing that. In fact, we should do another show here. I need to do a whole show on evaluation. I probably should have started with evaluation. It's the most important thing. You can't let these things out into the wild without having some semblance of evaluation history. So that if anything does go awry, you can respond with, wow, that one we did not have that one in our test set. Let's show you how we test these things. And now we're going to add this. If anyone finds any other things that are untoward or do not work with our organizational ethos, let us know. We will update it, because then it's less of the news story isn't the AI is irresponsible or the company sucks. It's more of like, wow, this company is really trying hard to make sure that it does the right thing. And they have if something goes wrong, there's a button and they can fix it because they have evaluation in place. Great idea, Hector. Yeah, it is definitely something we should talk about. And just briefly, just to show you, here is an example of a batch run over several questions with several customer IDs. And here's an example of a scoring mechanism that measures groundedness, for example. So, for example, this one here looks at the question, the context, and then it measures with respect to the answer how grounded the response is in the facts. And so this context is internal, what you fetched. So this is the documents that it fetched to get this response. And so that's yeah. So just I want to throw it out there. This is like literally the first thing that was PromptFlow was designed around. Okay, back to function calling. To use function calling, blah, 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 you include one more functions, blah, blah, blah. When functions are provided by default, the function call is set to auto, and the model will decide on the function call. Okay. So it looks like, you need to describe your functions. Oh, look, it's Adam. I think you were the one who asked about this. Welcome, buddy. A function has 3 main parameters: name, description, parameter. Description parameter is used by the model to determine when and how to call. So this is like a better approach than plugins, in my opinion. Okay. So let's try it. Let's just use this example. Function. So this is by the way, I haven't done this before. So I want you to be aware that if it breaks, it's because I don't know what I'm doing. So let's go back to this thing here. Let's go over here. We created a new prompt flow here that's empty. And what we want to do is we want to add an input. I think we want a chat history one. I wonder, let's go back to this other flow dag. And let's see how, because this is going to be a chat one. So we want chat history list. Okay, so let's go back over here. Visual editor, chat history list. Okay, add input question string. This is going to be empty. Start. And then this thing is going to be what was it? Because we're just gonna do this exact example. Find beachfront hotels with a free breakfast. Okay, so we'll go over here. We'll put that in there. Boom. Okay. So what we're gonna do then is we're going to add a LLM tool, and we're gonna call this LLM function new file. Nice. And we're going to do Hubert AOAI, and then we're going to use the chat model. So we've got that. And then looks like we have this function calling edit in file. Where is this file stored, though? Let's see. Edit in file. All right, let's just put it in there. Oh, no. So we'll take that out. Let's put this over here. This is I'm guessing this is the functions here. And then we'll put that there. This is a. Uh-oh. So maybe there's something not quite. Okay. So it saves it. Man, it would be nice if I have to write this down. It would be nice if this was something we could put as part of, like it's a file as part of the, let me write this down. That should be part, file in SCC for function calling. Those poor devs are probably so tired of me just asking for all you do is ask and ask and ask, and we give and we give and we give. Okay, we're gonna use GPT 3.5 Turbo. What is this? Oh, okay. Let's see what they want. The looks like just an empty. They don't do anything here. They don't do anything here. So, forget Let me go back to this one because let me go back to this one here. And let's go back to this doohickey. You are an AI assistant who helps with travel accommodations. And then this would be what did I put in the other one? Nothing. Wow, I'm so bad at this. Okay. Chat history. So this would be system. And then user prompt. Okay. So I don't know if you have to fill this out, but we're just going to do that. So here's the LM function call. The history is coming from the chat history. Here's the question. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add an output value of just whatever comes out of the LLM. Okay, nice. See how fast that was? This is why I like this tool, man. It's just so much like the other thing is like, I don't know. I don't like things that are hidden, you know? So let's run this. And I think Beachfront Hotel, let's see what happens. I've never done this before. Open API hits invalid request. The current model does not support functions parameter. If you're using OpenAI connection, please use 3.5 Turbo, 3.4. You can refer to blah. So it looks like I'm using a connection that's no bueno. So let's add a new connection. Azure OpenAI. Or maybe, let me go to OAI. Let me move this out of the way just in case there's anything secret. No secrets. No secrets. Jeez. Welcome to Azure AI. Select a subscription. CASE. CASEJUA. This one. Select resource. Okay. So let me look at my deployments. Here's my deployments. Let's see here what's going on. It's saying I need GPT 3.5 Turbo. Let's see what I'm using here. No, what? Okay. Oh. I think I know what I did wrong. Yeah, I'm using GPT 3.5 Turbo. Maybe I'm using the wrong, maybe it needs a completion model. Okay, that's not gonna work. So this is right. We did that. Let me go to my OpenAI deployment and see what's going on. I'm using model 301. Yeah, looks like everything's model 0301. What was the error again? Oh. Log probs, best of, and echo parameters are not available in 3.5 Turbo model. We may have an error because I don't know how to turn this off. That's not what I want. Let's try GPT-4 and see if it works. No, looks like it's model 0613. Okay. Let's see. I don't know if I have. Let's see. I'm using 0301. There's generally a way to deploy. Oh, I see. Okay. So maybe. Oof, I don't want to delete this if it doesn't let me do it again. Crossing our fingers here. GPT 3.5 Turbo. Deployment name was 0613. Oh, geez. Why am I? That was dumb. So let me delete that. But see, it's still 0301 though. That's not good. Create new deployment, select model, GPT 3.5 Turbo, deployment name, GPT 3.5 Turbo, advanced options here. I'm not seeing maybe my subscription is. Yeah, I'm not seeing the latest one. So refresh. So it just might be that I do not have the latest model, unfortunately. Let me change to maybe I have the in a different subscription. This is my other one. See? There you go. So I need to my other one is just way too old. And so I need to I see. So there's GPT 3.5 Turbo. Let's change GPT 4. Looks like I can't change it here. Yeah, but see this model version. Okay. All right, so I need to create a new connection here to ISIS. So let me do Azure OpenAI, and I am going to. I'm not going to leak my keys, friends. So I'm going to move this over here. Apologies. Apologies. Okay. Yeah, the version of the deployment is correct because I just took a look at that. So this is the base, and then we're going to say this is ISIS AOAI. Okay, and then I need to put the key in there. I'll just do that secretly over here, secretly, creating connection. Okay, connection created. Okay, wonderful. Okay, so now we should have ISIS. I haven't used the Azure one. This is Mark. ISIS AOAI. Oh, and if you want to see the version that I'm using, you can see here in ISIS, the model version is 0613. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this to ISIS. Use GPT 3.5 Turbo, and let's try again. Oh, so I got to turn the streaming off. How do we turn streaming off? Oh, wow. This is. Oh, I see. See, this is the input. Oh, let me ask my people here. I think we're almost there. So close. We're gonna get here. There's gotta be a way. There's gotta be a way to turn off streaming. Let's see what they tell me. Let's see what they say. Because so this is so we're getting somewhere. This is great. Yeah. No, this is all part of the struggle, man. We're here to learn. I'm here to learn with you, but it's okay. I mean, my sense is that there's something is not quite right. But we can probably fix it. I mean, if it's in there, there's got to be a way to turn it off, and it's got to be right here. You can see the traces there. Oh, I gotta turn this down a little bit. So I'm guessing you tried that. Have you tried it in here, Adam? Just out of curiosity. I mean, it should. What happens is these things are automatically set to stream mode. So that's why sometimes doesn't work. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff I've never. Here's the thing. The funny thing here, I'll tell you. We'll go into like pontification mode. Like nobody's done any of this stuff. Everyone that's like, I got 6 years of like prompting experience. It's like, no, you don't. No, you don't. I've got 7 years of prompting experience. Sure you do, Mike. It's like, hey, this is the first time I'm getting my LLM started up. You know, I'm calling the LLM right now. I've been doing LLMs since dial-up. Hold on, I'm almost connected. Oh, okay, we're connected to ChatGPT. Connected to ChatGPT now. Yeah, but we'll see. My sense is that there's a goofy setting that I'm just not seeing that should just work, but I'm not seeing there. It's like you can see here's the standard error. Oh, sorry. Standard out. Nope. Nopers. All right. But the error is function call is not supported by the stream mode yet. And that's like, okay, don't stream. And it's like, I need to tell it not to stream. So let's see here. I wonder. If it'll do it in debug mode. I wonder. Yeah. It's just such a simple thing. I'll figure this out. My sense is that there's something dumb that I'm just not doing, but we're almost there. There's like a setting that maybe it just has to be set, and I can't figure it out. Right? Temperature stop, max tokens, top P, presence penalty, frequency penalty, logit bias, logit, or do you say logit? Maybe at a prod. Oh yeah, the error is easy. What happens is by default, PromptFlow calls the LLM in stream mode, so it returns a generator. What I need to do is I need to go into this flow.dag. Oh wow, it just puts that in there, and there's something in here that I need to give it. Let's see. No suggestions. Maybe here. No. There's got to be something in here. Type source. Oh, maybe it's LLM. That's not going to work, is it? Yeah, that's what I thought. There's got to be a. Let's take a look at prompt. Let's go take a look at the documentation here. How-to guides, reference, LLM tool reference. Nice. Okay. Sign up, blah, blah, connections, input. Yeah, this is where it would be. So prompt, model, deployment name, we got that. Max tokens. Yeah, no, I know it's a simple setting. I don't know where they put it in the tool. That's the thing that I'm stressed out about here. Log probs, echo, frequency, best of. Oh, here's the chat. This is the chat. It's just not in here. Presence penalty, frequency. No, I don't see it in here. No lo veo. I'll have to ask my engineers. My engineers, like like my Packers. The Packers. Okay. So we'll leave that to next time. So let me show you a couple of things in the so we'll leave this for next time. But let me show you a little bit of the testing. Because I think this is an important thing. Debakar brings up a good question, but I don't think. Let me look at this here. Yeah, I think completion is not. It's. Yeah. This is the completion's not going to work. I know we tried that before. Oh wow, it did run. What the hee-haw? It worked. So that worked, but when I run it here, it's trying to stream it. Whoa, what the heck? Oh, I see. So what happens is, of course, it works now when I take this thing out. But whoa, man, we're running out of time here. We'll put my my walk-off music, and then we'll have something, to like be like, hey. Now it's not going to work because it's going to try to do the completion API. There you go. So that, of course, that won't work that time. I'll figure this out. It'll be great. We'll figure it out. My wonderful friends, it's been delightful being with you. We'll figure this out. And then when we do, it'll be great. It's probably something dumb that I'm doing or not doing, or maybe we use an oversight in the product and we can fix it. But like I said, please go download it today. Get playing with it. If there's limitations, we'll fix them. And then just a reminder: if you go to the GitHub community, there is an entire machine learning and ML ops category where we can answer questions. Oh, PromptFlow is failing. Embedding is helping. Great question. There is now a separate embedding tool that you can use specifically for this task. Let me know if this helps. Look at that. Nice. So yeah, go here. We tend to look at this every once in a while. Happy to be helpful. Next time on the AI show, let's see, what do we got for you? Next time on the AI show, we have a wonderful show planned. Developing solutions with Azure OpenAI with Robert Nunez and Ivor Berry. Wonderful, wonderful people. And then there's usually a schedule of shows, etc. But as always, it's a privilege and a pleasure to be with every one of you. Thanks for your help. We'll figure out this function calling. It shouldn't have been this hard. I was thinking about it over the weekend. I was like, this will probably be easy. I'll just do it on the fly. Will I tweet out when I find? Here's a question from Adam. Will you tweet out when I find the streaming issue? Yeah, absolutely. It's like it's a setting somewhere, and it's just so frustrating that I'm not seeing it. It's gotta be in here somewhere. Help a brother out. Come on. My sense is that it's gonna be in here somewhere, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. Like right here. No suggestion. All right. Well, thank you. So just put just put stream false. Will do. All right, my friends. It's been a privilege and a pleasure being with every one of you. Today, we've been learning all about PromptFlow inside of VS Code. Next time on the AI show, we're going to hear from Rob Nunez et al. Thank you so much for being with us, and hopefully we'll see you next time on the AI show, which is always, well, mostly live. We'll talk soon. See you next time.